Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GCP here playing some Black Ops 1, the original. I know in my last upload of You Pick I Play, where I was using the commando with suppressed attachment. Oh my goodness, man, that was my best Black Ops 1 gameplay ever. If you guys have not checked it out, check out my last upload, or I will link it in the description below so you guys can check it out. It was a flawless gameplay, absolutely insane. I've never gotten anything quite like that before. But anyways, just going back and playing Black Ops 1, it made me relive all the good times that I had in Call of Duty. Like, this was the GOAT for me. This was the very first Call of Duty game that I have ever played and owned. And it just reminded me of a much more simpler time. You know, the kill streaks were amazing. The Blackbird chopper gunner dogs. As you guys will see in this gameplay, by the way, I'm using the AK-47 with the suppressor. And oh, this is a sweet move right here, dude. Just turn around, put the claymore down, just wait for him to walk right into it. It was pretty crazy. But it reminded me of a much simpler time where the kill streaks were amazing and the guns were amazing as well. The maps were crazy good. And Treyarch didn't have a whole lot of microtransactions. You know, a lot of times with these COD points, you know, you could purchase almost everything in the game. So that was a much better, simpler time for me. One of the things I do want to tell you guys is that when I started up this game, of course, you guys know that I have a Netduma, which is focused on a certain area. I could, you know, manipulate the geofilter to be able to have the best possible ping for me, meaning no lag or little to it. So I limited it to just the West Coast, but because Black Ops 1 is not a very populated game, because it's a pretty outdated game, it's an old game, so nobody really plays it that much. It shouldn't be that focused for the geofilter to the West Coast. So I had to expand it to worldwide, which, of course, if you're going to be expanding your geofilter to worldwide so you can get enough of a player base to play with, your connection might not be the best possible. So, you know, I've experienced some lobbies where you know, it lagged out, or, you know, I wouldn't have the most smooth connection possible. And it's just something that I had to do in order to play Black Ops 1, so I definitely had to expand that. But luckily for me, I've also gotten into lobbies where, you know, they've worked in my favor. Sometimes I would pull host, and that would be cool. Other lobbies, since Black Ops 1 is not really supported that well, there's a lot of hackers in there too, so you'd be kind of lucky to get into a lobby that doesn't have any hackers. I've seen hackers in the game use like God mode, where they don't die. You can shoot a bunch of bullets at them, they just absorb them, or somebody will be invisible, and you look at the kill cam and it doesn't show them invisible. But when you're like going across the map, you get shot from nowhere and you see an invisible like shot or fire come from some random spot, and you're just like, wait, what? I don't remember somebody being there. And some people will get you that way. So it's a game that is near and dear to my heart, and just going back and playing it, especially getting the streaks of Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and Dogs, my absolutely favorite trio of streaks ever, has just been amazing. It's an amazing feeling to go back and play this game. So I don't know, a lot of you guys also enjoyed Black Ops 1, and I hope you guys appreciate the gameplay. But just going back and playing it, especially because one of my subscribers actually wanted me to play and use that You Pick I Play setup, you know, it inspired me to kind of get a few random games in and just play around and see what I could do. And this gameplay I got was nothing amazing, but it still was a pretty decent gameplay. But man, just going back and reliving some of the older former glory days of Call of Duty, and, you know, to a much simpler time, just reminded me of how great this franchise really is, and what a blast I've had playing it for so many years. And with Modern Warfare coming out, I'm hoping that it's going to be a good game as well. All of us are hoping for the best. You know, it's easy to get negative sometimes and, you know, think that the game's not going to be as good, and, you know, everything's going to be, you know, bad, or, you know, just those negative thoughts always come in. And of course, I'll be lying to you guys if I told you that I didn't feel the same way. At first I did, and then I tried to look at it in a more positive light and think to myself like, hey, you know, Call of Duty could be good again. Maybe, you know, Activision and Infinity Ward might, you know, have a better experience for us, where it won't be so crazy as it's been for the past couple of years. Maybe, just maybe, this might actually be a good Call of Duty that might rejuvenate you know, this Call of Duty community and the franchise as a whole. So hopefully that's the case. Yes, I am expecting them to have microtransactions like crazy, but it's not to say that the Call of Duty game at its core still might not be good. You know what I mean? It still might be good. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay of the original Black Ops. And if you did, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. That being said, this is GCP signing off.